James. Hey, Jillian.
Hello, Harshal. Thanks so much for being here today on AWS On Air. And I think the first question we could start off with, it was actually a really good question that Anthem had posted in the chat. He posted it in the NVIDIA section, but this is really applicable across. So let's clarify the difference between what is AI versus what is generative AI.
Sure. Hey, thank you so much for having me, Jillian, James. Great to be here. So generative AI is really a type of artificial intelligence that can be used to create content, to summarize content, to create images, really generate different types of content here, right? And like all artificial intelligence, right? Generative AI is powered by machine learning models, just that these models are trained on, these are very large models, and they're trained on vast amounts of data. And commonly, you might have heard of the foundational models, right? So that's really Gen AI, and you use it to for a variety of different use cases across text, video, audio. Yeah.
One of the things one of my coworkers always says is that data is the new oil. So the thing is, but if you have a ton of oil everywhere and you don't have a way to refine it, process it, or anything, it doesn't really do that much good. So definitely having Gen AI to process just those huge amounts of data and actually get something out of it, that's definitely such a great thing.
Yeah, that's a great analogy, James. What's really changed in the recent past is we have a huge amount of compute and a lot of data, like to your point. And we've been able to use this compute to train models that can do some pretty amazing things. And that's here we are with Bedrock.
What is Bedrock?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there.
Dying to know.
So Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed service that offers that offers high performing foundational models from leading companies, including from AI 21, from Anthropic, from Cohere, from Meta, and Amazon. So you can access all of these foundational models that we talked about just a moment ago from a single API. So we've made it really easy to build and then to scale generative AI applications, right? So that's Bedrock, and with Bedrock you get all the capabilities that you need to build your apps, simplifies the development of these apps while maintaining privacy and security, right? So that was very important to us as we were building the service for our customers.
Yeah, super cool. I know people must be super excited to see the demo. So I'd love to see the demo. And also if you could explain it, like some of the use cases as you're talking through it, so we can really get ahead.
Absolutely. So are you able to see my screen?
Just 1 second, yeah. There we go.
It's coming. There we go.
Yeah, so what we're going to see today is a quick overview of Bedrock. We'll look at the console. This is the visual interface that you'd use to actually try out the service, maybe customize the foundation models, and launch your applications, right? So with that said, some of the use cases I wanted to look at, Jillian, I talked about content generation, the summarization use cases. You can extract information from a corpus of data, generate images. So we'll do all of that in the next few minutes. So maybe we can get started with one of them over here, which is related to content generation.
Awesome.
So what you see now is really the playground, and think of the playground as a place where you can try out all this cool new technology. You can select the model. Like I said earlier, we wanted to offer the choice to our customers, right? There's a lot of foundation models out there. We curate them and we get the best in class to our customers. And one of the reasons we did this was we believe that there's no one size that fits all. As you solve your use case, you're going to need maybe two or more of these, right? And we wanted to give you that flexibility to select these models easily. So let's try this out, right? So here's a paragraph from talking about a Swedish botanist and what he worked on, and the example that we're going to run through is please rewrite the above paragraph to make it understandable for a fifth grader, right? That's what we're really trying. And we're going to use the Anthropic Claude V2, a foundational model to do this. I click on run, and here you go. It tells me that he was a scientist from Sweden, studied plants and animals. That's really, fifth graders speak for what a botanist does. And in 1758, he came up with a few things, and that's how it reads out, right?
Well, that's encouraging if I can understand it and you had it at the fifth grader level. So I think this is a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the right side, you'll see you can tweak a few parameters. Sorry, I should say inference configuration variables, randomness, top P, top K. So those are some of the items that you see there. Let's look at another one.
I'm just one quick thing before you go on, because I just want to acknowledge that for the people who are joining us today, if you've got any questions as Harshal's going through the demo, put them in the chat. James and I are going to be looking at the chat to make sure that your questions are answered.
Yeah, thank you, Julian. So here's another one, Spencer, Julian. This is I talked about different use cases. One category of use case is related to generating text or summarizing text, and we saw that with the last example. Here's another one where you generate images, right? And the instruction or the prompt that I provide here to the foundation model is an image about create an image about a tea plantation in Sri Lanka, right? And I'm going to use the stability AI. It's the stable diffusion model, and I'll just say run. It's going to take a few seconds maybe here and come up with an image of a tree plantation, right? So that's and then you can maybe do some things like say something like clear skies, right? There's still some clouds in the background here, so maybe I can.
Oh yeah, Harshal, one quick thing, just to clarify, because Orlando was asking, is this available to the public right now? So
Absolutely, thank you. So Amazon Bedrock is generally available. We went GA last week on September 29th, and the items that I'm sharing over here, you can try it out in your own account. Yeah, so yes. All right. So Julian, Spencer, maybe I can quickly talk about the customization piece. You can use the models as is, as we were doing for the last couple of minutes, right? Or you could use you could use the models, fine tune them, and the way you would do that is select the base model, provide it a name. I'm just going to give some name here, and set up S3 location for your data. But this is the training data that you would use to actually train the models or customize the models, I should say, and provide a few hyperparameters. That's pretty much it. And then you hit fine tune the model, and it customizes the model for you. So that's the customization piece. So you can use the models as is, like we were doing in the first few minutes, and then or you could even customize it.
Cool. We've got two great questions in the chat. So the first one is from Adarsh. So the Adarsh was asking, can it respond to real-time events? Like if you were to give it access to the internet?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can, we'll talk a little bit about agents in a bit. and you can extend the FMs, the foundational models, to access APIs, right? And by doing so, you can actually provide it the ability to answer questions from your company's database, or from a location such as maybe a URL, where maybe your internal page, or even your product page, to answer such questions. So that's doable through agents and APIs and knowledge bases.
Really cool. And there was another question from Matt, and this was back on the previous page when you were showing the inference configuration variables, and Matt just was asking if you could really explain what those were.
Sure. So here's let me go back to that one, and yeah, this is the one that we're looking at. There's the temperature, which ranges from 0 to 1, helps you with how how much randomness do you want to bring in. Temperature equal to 0 should not really change the output across different lengths. You define the length, which is the maximum length that you want to have for as you provide the output, and any stop sequences that you want to have in there. So those are some of the inference configurations over here, and they vary by from model to model. There are a few that are common across all models, and those are the ones that we touched on.
There's another question. That was a question I was going to ask. It says the service looks very interesting. It is available under the free tier. So on this playground, some of the stuff you're playing around with, is that available just as a free, like just to test it out?
Yes, you can try it out on the console. I believe we have a free tier. You can go to our public page, the pricing page, to look at what's available, and give it a shot.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and there was another question that also came out. I love the questions. Thank you for everyone posting really good questions. So we've got Bhagavathi. How can we train Bedrock with our own company data?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's thank you, Jillian. So two-part answer really. You can do a customization, so you can customize or really fine-tune your model, provide the company the data that you want to train on here in the S3 bucket, and come up with a customized model, so fine-tune it. Or there is another way, which is you can use knowledge bases, right? So a knowledge base is really a place where you upload your data, and we create the embeddings for you in a vector database, and you can use these knowledge bases in an agent to answer questions. That's the other way. So here's, for example, here's an agent. Think of an agent as a piece of code that is able to use APIs and knowledge bases to answer questions. And in this case, I have an agent that answers questions about different AWS services. So I'm going to ask it a question like, "What is Amazon Macy?" And it's going to come back with an answer. In the meantime, let me show you what we've used to build it. Right. So it is a knowledge base that we created using, I believe it's Pinecone, and added it over here to create the end-to-end solution. So that's really the knowledge base part of it. Sorry.
Yeah, and someone on that topic, Bhagavathi, was asking, can we feed our website to knowledge base?
Yes, you can feed your website to the knowledge base. Sorry, I need to log back in over here. Just give me a second, please.
Sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, so for those of you who are maybe just coming in, this is AWS On Air. It's a weekly show that we do every single Friday where we bring in people from the actual service teams that show us all the really cool things that they're working on to really help customers build. You can come in, bring your questions, and if you miss any episode, you can go to the AWS Events YouTube channel or the AWS On Air Twitch channel to go and watch all of the episodes. It's actually the way that I like to learn about a new service because I love being able to listen to something and watch a demo instead of reading documentation, at least as the first part. So definitely go and check other stuff, check it out.
Yeah. My question is, I don't know if anyone knows this. I am the CEO of James Inc., a totally real and not fake enterprise global company. So my question is going to be, how is Bedrock Enterprise ready for me? And if so, how is it ready for me? For my awesome, huge global conglomerate.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It's really three parts, right? We provide you with security, the scale, and the governance capabilities on Bedrock. So security is really important to our customers, to enterprises. It's job zero at AWS. And when it comes to security, we provide customer managed keys for encryption. Your data is always encrypted in transit and at rest. Data is not used for service improvements. That's a call out I wanted to make. And you can use the security best practices and tools available with AWS to manage your security requirements, right? So that's one. Second, and I want to really quickly show this if you're able to see my screen,
Yes.
Is the scale part of it, right? As you might be aware, these generative AI models, the large models, are very compute hungry, and they need. If you want to take your workloads to production, you want to make sure that you have guaranteed throughput, right? So we have provided, or we come up with this capability called provision throughput, where you can purchase a, a set of what we call model units, and by doing so, you are guaranteed a certain level of throughput. So that's the second piece that I wanted to share, that you have a choice of provision throughput or a an on-demand offering when it comes to managing your production workload. So that's second. And the third piece that we make this really production ready is to the governance capabilities that we provide. So a couple of capabilities I'll call out is you have ability to log to CloudWatch logs, and so you can keep track of how the interactions with the foundational models are coming along. You can also audit your API usage through CloudTrail. So that's another piece. And we also provide you with the ability to store your logging data for troubleshooting purposes in an S3 bucket, right? So that's the governance piece, and we also provide support for compliance. So it's HIPAA eligible, and we have compliance in terms of GDPR, and then a few more compliance certifications coming along. So yeah, those are the three pieces I'd say.
This is so exciting. I'm really excited to see what people build with Bedrock. So where can people go if they want to go and get started?
Yeah, you go to the AWS console, search Bedrock at the top, and just get started there. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Harshal, thank you so much for being here today on AWS On Air.
Thank you very much.
So easy, even a guy like me could possibly do it.
I know.